Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, That's the True Inferno. And I'm back with another Throwback Tunes on another Thursday. We are at episode 102, and we are reviewing Heavens with a Z movie by Bizzy Bone. Yes, not Bone Thugs and Harmony, not the rest of the crew, but just Bizzy Bones by himself. And in fact, this is his first solo album, by the way. This joint came out October 6, 1998. So at that point, I just started high school. Yeah, I just started high school like a month or a little over a month ago. But anywho, this album was under Ruthless / Relativity / Mo Thug / Epic Records. Yeah, there's a lot of slashes in there. I'm dead serious. But there's a little bit of information about this album that I didn't originally know about until now. But anywho, let me give y'all a little bit of info before we get to the hidden info real quick. So this album was recorded from 97 to 98, and the producers involved were Nina, Johnny J, Mephisto, Mike Smooth without the E, Eric K with no C, Eric E, Norcrease, Mike Johnson, and Cat Cody. So yeah, there you go with that. And again, this is Bizzy Bone's first solo album. Now, here's the deal with this album. There are 13 tracks on this album, but there was supposed to be more. And not only that, 4 of the 13 tracks were cut. Crapping up. So here's the scenario. So I ain't gonna get into it yet, but let me talk about how successful this album was at the time, or is. So basically, it was number 3 on the US Billboard 200 charts and number 2 on the Billboard Top R&B / Hip Hop Album charts in 2010, and is certified platinum. And this was done by the RIAA. That's it. That's, that's all charts wise and certifications wise in regards to this album. In fact, this is his best album actually, because every other album, and he got a lot of albums. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he got a grand total of 11 albums, and this one was his best one because it did better on the charts and it did better in the certifications. No other album got that high in the charts. No other album got a platinum certification by anybody, period. So yeah, I have to say this is his best one, although I have not heard his remaining 10 albums. But yeah, so let's get on with the tracks, and then I'm gonna hook you up with the background info. So the first track of this album is called Roll Call, and this track you would think would be an intro or a skit. I'll get more on that later. Next up is Thugs with a Z, Thugs Cry, and this is one, I think this is one of the 2 singles, although if you look on Wikipedia, it do not have any of these songs listed as singles, but 2 of these songs do have music videos. Thugs Cry, is one of them. The third track is Marching on Washington, and why be my marching, that's without the G. And again, that one is 58 seconds, as is the next track, Yes, Yes, Y'all. Followed by track number 5, which is called Meninsky Mobbin, without the G. Next up is Rating, without the G again, for Warfare. And in fact, if you see a word in the title that normally ends in ing or sound like it ends in ing, there's no G in the end. Let me just get that out the way. And in fact, that was the last track actually, Waiting for Warfare. That one features Capo. Next up is Mr. Majesty 2 featuring Mr. Majesty. That's interesting. Track number 8 is called Brain on Drugs. More on that later. Followed by On the Freeway featuring the producer Cat Cody. Next up is Demons Surround Me. And then track number 11 is called, which is a real title here, it's called The Roof Is, excuse me. The reason why that title is weird because if you look on Wikipedia, they got it in parentheses. So that's pretty interesting. Now, track number 12 is the other quote-unquote single off this album. This is the other track that have the music video. And really, the only reason why I got this album, bootleg, of course, is called Nobody Can Stop Me. And then track number 13 is called Social Studies. And this is a weird one because this one is 11 minutes and 46 seconds long. So first off, they give you the song. And then there's silence for a few minutes. Then it's like a skit at the end of the track, and it's like, what? But yeah, that's it, 13 tracks. So here's the background info on this album. The reason why I named off the tracks first, because the background info involves the tracks. So the following songs were cut due to sample clearance not being made on time. Roll Call, March well, they call it March on Washington, but it's actually Marching on Washington. Yes, Yes, Y'all, and Brain on Drugs. So that's pretty interesting. Now there's more info here. Now there were supposed to be more songs than this. Never mind the 4 songs that were cut. There were supposed to be more songs on this album. So you could say that this album was incomplete when it came out. So here's the songs that were cut from this album. Not like cut as in they took parts of the song off and they moved it. No, I mean like they just removed it from the album. I should have said that in the first place, you dummy. But anywho, here were the songs that we removed from the album. So we got Trials and Tribulations, Walking in the Cold. So they put the G on there and they changed the as in DA. Raid 2, the number 2. Raid Too Strong, Relentless, Retaliation, Power, Wartime, Mother Mother. You would think that was a Mother Inc. album record right there. These Are My Family. 7, not the number, but the word 7. 10, the number 10. Commandments. Dying with the G, shocker. Mercenary. Confessions. And the Tupac Shakur tribute, Life Goes On. So, yeah, all those songs were removed from the album. Why? I have no clue. And I believe it's because time restraints, because I see that it says, and I quote, many songs did not make the album in time. So I guess these were songs that they wanted to put on the album, but they wasn't recorded all the way, or they wanted to have like special guests on those songs and they didn't put their verses in on time, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, so the album that I'm going to review here is the one that actually came out. 13 songs, 4 of them was cut way too short, so it's like the 4 songs were around a minute long. So actually, Roll Call, Marching on Washington, and Yes Yes Y'all was under a minute, while Brain on Drugs were like a minute and 8 seconds. So with all that out the way, there's no singles, so there's no charts or no hidden info on the singles. Let's get on to my favorite tracks off this album, starting with the worst. Well, no, we're gonna start with one of the songs that was cut short. Brain on Drugs sound like it was the best track from the list of tracks that was cut short. And I hear it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this got a lot of potential. So I may look the full song up. I believe it's on YouTube, because I did see a playlist that says the complete Heaven's Movie 4 album. So I mean, I'm gonna check that out. But going off of the songs that actually did make the album and that was not cut, Social Studies, the worst song off the album, followed by Rating for Warfare. The Roof is surprisingly good. I never really gave it a chance, maybe because of the title and how the hook sounds, and it's like it sounds so childish. But then when I heard it, that's what my mindset was like many years back. But now as I'm listening to it, I'm like, the beat is actually cool though. Never mind the hook, the beat was actually cool. All right, next up is Menace Sky Mobbing, and then On the Freeway. Oh my god, so this is a smooth R&B type beat, and the hook is catchy as heck, and it's an underrated track for me, so I'm gonna have to listen to that one more often. Speaking of underrated tracks, the next best song off the album is Mr. Majesty 2. That's another underrated track. The beat is cool, and I really like the snare. So let me give you guys my top 3 songs off this album. Third best song off the album is Thug's Cry, without question. I like the beat. It's kind of mellow out, and you know how I am with the mellow out joints. And to me, Bizzy Bone, he's more like a mellow out dude, So like I could be wrong with that, but like when you hear his music or that he done by himself, really, he seemed more mellow out. It's like he's more on the mellow out beats with the mellow out tracks and things of that nature. So Thug's Cry, again, mellow out title. Thug's Cry fits the mold right there, and I really like the beat. So yeah, there you go with that. Second best track off this album is Demons Surround Me, and this is a really dope track. I kind of forgot about this one, but I used to listen to this one a lot as well. Really like this one, the beat, and really like the hook. The hook really got me here, man. Bizzy Bone is really great at delivering the hooks, man. It just makes you want to sing along, dog. And the best track off this album, again, this is the main reason why I got this album, Nobody Can Stop Me. That joint is so mellow out, dog. You don't even know, man. This is the reason why I got this album, dog. Nobody Can Stop Me. I heard the song as a music video, and I'm like, oh man, I need to get this album. And my boy back in high school, he would sell bootleg CDs. and he had a list. Like, he show up to school with copies of his list of albums that he can bootleg. And I was like, I think, how much did he charge? I think he charged like $2 or $3. I don't remember how much he charged. And I looked for his list, and I'm like, oh, he got this? Yeah, let me get that. And I got that. So yeah, Nobody Can Stop Me. That's without question one of my favorite songs. That really is one of my favorite songs of all time, though. Nobody Can Stop Me. So yeah, best song off this album without question. Now, despite the fact that there were songs that were removed from this album and there were songs that were actually cut short rather, there's still some reviews for this album. And it's by All Music, who gave it 3 out of 5 stars, Entertainment Weekly, who gave it a B-, and MV Remix, who gave it a 6.5 out of 10. So yeah, what do I think about this album? Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. When I first got this album, I was listening to it. There were only like 3 songs that I would listen to, and that's the top 3 songs that I mentioned already. But Nobody Can Stop Me, that's like the only song I listen to the most, like a lot. Now that I've gone back and listened to it again, it's actually slightly better than what I originally thought. I'm gonna give this album, and let me see, somebody kind of nailed it. Okay, nobody in the professional ratings nailed it, but I'm gonna try and summarize what they said. I'm gonna go with a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I recommend you download it, listen to it, and decide whether you should keep it or not. If you decide not to keep this album, you should keep Nobody Can Stop Me at the very least. Keep that song in your, data bank or whatever, because that song is out cold. So 3.5 out of 5. Download it and see for yourself, but keep Nobody Can Stop Me. So yeah, there you go with that, man. Y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.